This is a one-take recording. I'm currently sat in Melbourne Airport recording this. People are sort of staring at me, wondering why the hell I'm talking to my phone. And I have some thoughts. And the footage you're seeing right now is off the back of this, of me going down a YouTube rabbit hole of videos about just starting to create content, just do it, just take that first step, take that first leap. A really good one by Jake Few about if your life was a movie, you'd appreciate the little things. And it got me thinking, and I'm sat here in this airport looking around, taking my AirPods out, listening to the sounds of life around me, of kids giggling, of conveyor belts rustling, suitcase wheels, and people opening sweet wrappers and sipping on their coffee. The barista behind me shouting out coffee orders to people too immersed in their own conversations to take into account the fact that the coffee's ready to go. And I'm staring over at the Jetstar logo, knowing I need to go check in my luggage, but I'm instead sat here obsessing around this idea that I am an artist, and the blessing and the curse of an artist is we live at extremes. I'm recording this off the back of a burnout I spent the last week recovering from. 2 weeks prior to that, deeply suffering in it, in my own head, in my own stress, in my own too much pressure on myself, too much desire to do everything. And that's what I mean, like the blessing and the curse. We are, as artists, we live at extremes. I live at the extreme of I love the stress, I love the pressure, I love the go, the constantly needing to do something, but sometimes it catches up on you, and it caught up with me. I was juggling too many plates, I hit the wall. But then the last week I've been on the road in a camper van, driving down the Australian coast, up into the mountains, not stressing about editing the content, but just recording myself living life instead of recording myself trying to make content, make art. And that's a really big topic that's been on my mind this year. Is I want to create art. I want to create things that invoke emotion, and I want to try and do that. I came up with a quote while I was on that little road trip, because I bought a fresh pair of white running shoes the week before, and I thought it'd be a good idea to wear them on the road trip. It was a horrendous idea. They are absolutely ruined. They are so dirty now. They are nowhere near white anymore, and it was not stressing me out, but it was on my mind. I kept looking down thinking, oh, for God's sake, I'm ruining these shoes. I slipped and fell into the river at the base of Waterfall. I was trying to get a photo next to the sea, and a wave washed over them. They're covered in mud, sand, dirt, all of the above. And it kept stressing me out, and I came up with a quote to make myself feel better, which was, people with dirty shoes have stories to tell. And I came up with that quote just off the cuff, whatever the saying is, off the cuff, to try and make myself feel better about my dirty shoes. And that quote has been going crazy in my mind since I thought of it a few days ago. The concept of that overall, I think that perfectly sums up what I said earlier about we live at extremes. There's no perfection in this life, there's no perfection in art, there's dirty shoes. I can keep my shoes perfectly clean, but I wouldn't have gone on a road trip. I wouldn't have hiked up mountains, through rainforests, down the coastline, down onto beaches, got wet in waterfalls and in the sea, got caught in the rain, made coffee underneath the boot of a van while it rained around me, and spilled hot water on those shoes. People with dirty shoes have stories to tell. I think we could all learn a lot from that. I think I've learned a lot from that. I think this burnout was what I needed to to reevaluate, take a step back, look at what I'm doing, look at where I'm putting my priorities, where I'm putting my focus, where I'm putting my energy, and reevaluate what's going on. They're my thoughts. I am an artist. People with dirty shoes have stories to tell.